In this short video clip, we will see how we use the sine rule and the cosine rule. First, the sine rule. The one that is given in the formula list is the first one shown, and we usually use that to find one of the sides of a triangle. We can easily convert it to the second formula, which is used to find an angle in a triangle. Let's look at some examples using the formula given in the formula list to find one of the sides of a triangle. In order to use this formula, the unknown side must be matched with the opposite angle. We must also find another pair of angle plus opposite side in order to form the formula, which is the sine rule. What's left for us to do is to make x a subject, and then we get the answer. In the second example, still using this formula to find a side of the triangle, we have here unknown side and the opposite angle is given. But if you look at the other given side, the opposite angle is not given. But we can easily find it using the fact that sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So now once we found this missing angle, we can proceed to use the sine rule. X over sine of 97 degrees is equal to 30 over sine of 38 degrees. Once again, making x a subject, we get the answer we are looking for. We can also use the sine rule to find an angle of a triangle. This time round, we use the second formula where the angle appears at the top left corner of the formula. Here is an example. First, we look for a matching pair, pairing the unknown angle with its opposite side, and then finding another pair of angle and opposite side. So notice by using this formula, the unknown x appears at the top left corner of our formula, which makes it easy to continue with the working. We make sine x the subject. Now, you can, of course, use the calculator to work out what the value of the right-hand side is. And then you find x by using sine inverse of this calculated value. Now, these two lines are written in red to indicate that you have the option to skip those and actually just use the calculator to work out the sine inverse and only present the final answer, x equals to 42.3. And because x represents angle, we give our answer to 1 decimal place. So back to the working for this example. After we get this, the calculator gives you this value which you do not need to write down. And on the calculator, using this value, you key in sine inverse of this value. And all you need to write down on your working is the final answer for x. Next, we look at the cosine rule. Once again, the formula for the cosine rule is given in the formula list, and it is a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine a. Sometimes we need to convert it to a different version, the one that you see at the bottom, and we use this other version to find angle in a triangle. The formula states cosine a equals to b squared plus c squared minus a squared, and we divide that whole thing by 2bc. We will now look at how we derive the second formula from the first one. We just need to do it in 3 steps, starting with the one given in the formula list. In order to make cosine a the subject, we add 2bc cosine a to both sides of the equation. Next, we subtract a squared from both sides of the equation so that what's left on the left-hand side is 2bc cosine a. And one final step, we divide both sides of the equation by 2bc, and that gives us cosine a as the subject, and that will be the second version of the cosine rule. We will now look at two examples to show how we use the cosine rule. We will first use the cosine rule given in the formula list. We identify the unknown side and match it to the opposite angle. When you use this cosine rule, notice also the unknown side is on one end of the equation and the opposite angle is at the opposite end of the equation. Notice also that the angle you've used is formed by the two sides that are given, 32 meters and 27 meters. Work out the value of the right-hand side using the calculator. I've written this in red. There is no need to write this in your working. Now take square root on both sides, and you get the answer for x to 3 significant figures. In this final example, we use the other version of the cosine rule to help us find an angle of a triangle. So here we first match the unknown angle to the opposite side. And notice when you apply this formula, the unknown angle is on one end of the formula and the opposite side, is on the opposite end of the formula. Once again, we make sure that the unknown angle is formed by the two sides that are given, 32 meters, 27 meters. After calculating the value of the right-hand side, this is what the calculator gives us. It's in red, so you do not actually need to write this down in your working. All you need to do is to do cosine inverse of this answer, and the final value of x, 58.0, is given to one decimal place because it represents angle. And that ends this video.